Georgia. Go ahead.
My question is, why do Caucasian tribes claim the land recently rather than not 150 years ago? And also, Richmond has been developed so much, and it's, my question is that why only now instead of 150 years ago? And besides that, we own these properties. We own it with our blood and sweat though. We don't rob, right? Those are all our money, and they cannot just claim as they wish to, just because they used to fish on the river or whatever they call that. So that's my question.
我现在挪一下位置，就是刚刚这位女士说，不能因为原住民曾经在这边打过鱼，就她就可以随便的又说这块土地就是属于她的了，因为我们已经在这儿有100多年了，在之前也都是我们自己购买的土地，就为什么突然之间她要去说这个土地是她的，然后又到了这个市政府层面了。
Being senior interest in land affect all landowners in British Columbia. It's of such grave importance that this decision be overturned.
Okay, the next speaker is Rowan Hogler, then Martin Georgiev, and Will Dinzan.
Yes, sir. Thank you. One of the questions I've been asked several times about why were people informed. Well, I have read many analysis of the issue, and it seems what happened was the judge and the applicant did not want property owners to
今天
show
会议
because
室
that
全
way
满，外面还有很多人在排队入场，
Is that correct?
但这
That's what
个
I
已经
read
全满了。
in an article. It was purposely designed to not allow people to have stand. Okay, well, we'll always talk about that. Some of you may see running off this piece of paper. It says Township Land Claim, website for affected property owners. And I sent this to right on the very corner there, Steve's in the 6th road. 140 condos, mostly seniors, and Tom Marshall lives there. So let's see what's going to happen when that's being used. Anyway, I'm going to read out to you. Yeah, sorry. I have this, I'm going to distribute these flyers here, but if you just make sure you don't miss one, it's called Land Claims Canada altogether, landclaimscanada.com. Good. What else found interesting about this research is the judge at Young
市政府是第一个站出来公开做出反对的政
to
府
the。Supreme Court, did not have any previous judicial experience. 4 years later, she was assigned this case. Okay? Well, I'm just telling you, that's right. You can see it on our wiki. I found the whole trial to be a joke. The judges accept the hearsay evidence. They call it oral history, but most courts will laugh that out. That's called hearsay, right? This is not a joke. What I'm going to say next. Allowing spirits as part of your myth was part of the case. The judge accepted mythology involving spirits. Anyway, it's all on my website. I encourage you to read it. It's very diligently researched, and I think you'll save yourself a lot of grief. I think council has done a very good job explaining it. It's a very tough position here. Brody and staff should be congratulated. I have no ill will towards them. So I just think we should all work together. We'll share our interests and our knowledge. And thanks very much.
If you've got those kind of pieces of paper, you could also leave them on the desk outside for people. Yeah. It's way ahead of us. Okay, next speaker, Martin Georgiev. Okay, and just before you start, I've got Will Dinzan and Jennifer Moshin Ross. So if you could be ready to speak, please. Okay, Martin Georgiev.
Hey there, I just want to say that we...
Can you pull the mic up? No, just bend it up, bend it up. There you go.
Appreciate what you guys are doing here. I do have a couple questions. So first off, this will probably take 4 or 5 years, right? In the meantime, if you have to renew, if you have like a loan on the property that you have, and the bank doesn't want to renew that loan, what do you do in that that time. Because that's a really real, and that's actually happening right now as we speak to some people. So I'm just wondering what they can do if you don't get
That's the real problem with this decision. As it pointed out, the security of land tenure is at issue. And the city of Richmond, all the city of Richmond can do is try to have this appeal heard as expeditiously as possible. And that's what we're doing. That's only within our control, nothing else. Well, that's not even in our control, but that's what we're trying to do, so that you, or the landowners that you're aware of that have that problem, will not have that problem for very long. But unfortunately, the judicial process takes time, which is why I'm saying, which is why the message is, the city of Richmond's message is that, to implore the Attorney General to argue what we've said, extinguishment.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real problem because we have to renew your, for example, mortgage in 1 year. And you can't do that. I mean, that's really bad.
What I would encourage you to do is, because as I mentioned, the province, and supported or together with the city of Richmond, will be bringing an application for a stay of proceedings. And this information, if it is actual, which I don't doubt you, but we would like to have more details of that, because that may help furnish the application for the stay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have one more question. For in insurances, there is like insurance on the actual title, and they don't actually cover this sort of case as well. What can we do? Is there?
This is a real concern. The points you raise are real, which is when we talk about security of title, what does land title ownership mean? It means you can go to a bank and you can get a loan. It means that insurance companies know that you are the owner.
Exactly.
And the problem with this decision is that it says otherwise. It says, no, your ownership is now in question. Now there's a senior interest that covers your land. Could lenders decide not to lend? Absolutely. I've been told that they've already begun that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so if you have specific information, please do share with that with us, so that can help furnish an application for a stay. Because again, these are real concerns. This is why you read in the paper that the Premier is quoted, the Attorney General is quoted. This can wreak havoc to the economy of British Columbia, to land ownership as we know it. So yes, that's important information. If you have particulars of that, I encourage you to share those with us.
Okay. And how can we, for example, actually share that with you?
There's the email contact, and you have my name and the website. So I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, this gentleman just made an important point, and I want to emphasize that if you live in the affected area and you've had problems selling your property, problems with mortgaging your property, you've got a business, you've got issues with financing over that property, or other problems of that sort, make sure you let the city know, because we are trying to collect that information and we will be actively using it. The next stage is to ask the court to stay the effect of the previous order, and we need those kind of stories in order to share them with the court. All right, so the next speaker is Will Dimzan. Then we have Jennifer Martian Ross.
这些都是在网上有登记想要在这次听证会上发言的人，所以当然市长现在就在跟着这个名单念，希望就是大家提出自己对于这个事件的疑问。
As it is, as I stand here, do I actually own the property that I bought previously?
他先问，那我买的这个土地还是我
Are
自
you
己
in
的
the
吗？
area outlined in black?
Yeah, oh no, I'm the green.
Green, yes. Currently, your title has been unaffected by the decision. Decision about the declaration of aboriginal title only applies to the area bounded in black outline.
Is it my understanding then that because we appealed, the county appealed, that they expanded the claim to include the green?
This technicality is not a counter appeal, but it's an appeal of their own. But you are correct that they're seeking a declaration over the entire area, which would include your land. That has not yet occurred. And so we are obviously going to vigorously contest that, along with all the other findings of the judge in this decision, some of which we identify here. Again, so as a claimant, or I'm sorry, as a landowner in the claim area, we would again ask that you pressure the Attorney Generals to argue extinguishment, because the judge did make a point. She noted that neither AG or defendant, Canada or British Columbia, argued extinguishment.
Now, we have filed the appeal, correct?
Yes.
Can you give us an idea what the status is of that, where we're at on that? I know it was only in
Yes.
September.
I will turn that over to Brent. Brent is our litigation counsel, and he can give you the update of where proceedings currently stand.
Thank you.
It's a very complicated proceeding that involves a great number of parties, and so it's really just getting going. It's being case managed in the Court of Appeal, and so there are a series of steps that will need to occur before it can really get sort of on all fours and moving forward quickly. So the answer is it's very early days, and as Tony had said earlier, likely 9 months to 12 months before it really occurs.
And then after that, our recourse is the Supreme Court of Canada.
Well, it really depends on what happens. And hopefully, we do well in the Court of Appeal, and then, it would be up to the plaintiffs in that case to be seeking leave to the Supreme Court.
All right, thank you.
All right. So that was Will Crimson. Jennifer Motion Ross. Okay, and then Randy Ling and Josh Gain. Jennifer.
Just a couple things. I'm on the black line, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm in or out, but,
Please speak right into the microphone.
sorry, certainly in the troubled area. First I want to say that it is disappointing that the property owners weren't reached out to earlier. I understand